All right. So again, we're gonna continue. We're gonna do another fable, okay? And write key details, and we're gonna do a summary chart. All right. So remember, the three common features of fable is it's a short story. Animals and objects act like humans. Basically, they talk. Okay. And then there's a lesson that is learned by one of the characters. Okay, so we did that one already. Go to this one here where it says the fox and the crane. Says the fox and the crane. So the fox, well, that's the title for sure. You want to underline that. At one time, the fox and the stork were very good friends. Okay, so the fox invited the stork to dinner, but for a joke. But for a joke, put nothing before her, but some soup in a very shallow dish. That's pretty important. So he basically did a joke on her, right? Not very nice. Yeah. He's a jokester. What are some words that based on that sentence? What are some words that would describe the fox, David? Okay, so Rami, a what? Oh, he's a prankster. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he probably sneaky. He's a jokester. Okay. Says this fox could easily lap it up, but the stork could only wet the end of her long bill in it, and left the meal as hungry as when she began. I'm sorry, said the fox. The soup is not to your liking. Okay. The crane, in turn, asked the fox to dine at his home the next night. All right. So I think she's going to return the favor. When they were seated at the table, there was their dinner. When they were seated at the table, all that was for their dinner was contained in a very long neck jar with a narrow mouth, in which the fox could not insert his snout. So all he could manage to do was to lick the outside of the jar. Okay, so their dinner was containing a long neck jar with a narrow mouth, and Fox could not insert his snout. So all he could manage was to lick the outside of the jar. What is the moral of the story? So here's the lesson, okay? David? Yes, treat others as you would like to be treated. All right, so what's the title of the fable? Okay, wait. What's the title of the fable? Uh, the fox and the stork, right? Or the crane, right? Yeah. I said, go to the next page. That's what I said. You can put crane or stork, okay? What happened first? No. What happened first? Yeah. The fox invited the crane to dinner. Next. What do you think happened next? What happened at dinner then? Yeah, so the crane was not able to eat his meal because it was on a shallow dish or plate. Then what happened? What happened after dinner? Yeah. Then the crane invited the fox to his house for dinner. Then lastly, the crane served the dinner in a very long necked jar that fox could not eat from, could not eat. So in our not character analysis, in our fact details and summary chart, okay, here's a couple details. The fox invited the crane to dinner. Okay, the crane was not able to eat his meal because it was on a shallow dish. So then the crane invited the fox to his house for dinner to play on him, to play a joke on him too, right? Okay. So and then the crane served the dinner in a very long neck jar that the fox could not eat his dinner from. Okay. So in summary, okay, the crane and the fox played a trick on each other. They both were not able to eat their dinner at each other's houses. And what's the lesson learned? You should treat others the way you want to be treated. All right, let's do our character analysis. Okay. Title is obviously the fox and the crane, or stork if you want to call it. Okay. Where's his character right here? Type. Let's do the fox. And what would be a character trait that he might have that's not very good? Tricky. Okay. Uh, uh, Remy. What is it? A prankster. Yeah. Julian. Yeah, he was selfish. Okay. Aaron. He was a jokester. Yeah. A jokester. Ooh, it was a prankster. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Joined. Uh, Valerie. Okay. He sure wasn't funny, was he? All right. So he was a trickster. We'll change this in a second, but let's keep going. All right, another word that means prankster, okay, is mischievous. 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 Let's use that. So we said that he was mischievous, right? Evidence that support that trait? Well, here it is. Okay. The story states that the fox invited the crane to dinner and put nothing before him, nothing before her, but some soup in a very shallow dish. So Crane was not able to have dinner. So what was the result of that, or what was the effect that happened? The effect on the story was that they retaliated on each other. They retaliated on each other. Okay?